We're all so busy living our lives. And then suddenly something cuts through that, something often very unexpected.
Paediatric trauma call, 15 minutes.
A 71-year-old female with 2 stab wounds to the back.
He was found to be in traumatic cardiac arrest.
I can't feel any pulses. We're at St George's Hospital in Tooting.
Yeah, 24 hours, 7 days a week. I love that question. What's your opening hours?
St George's, London. One of Britain's busiest A&E departments, under more pressure than ever.
So do you want to watch, darling, or do you want to look away?
This is the worst day ever.
You never know what's coming in, and you just have to be ready for anything.
Gas canisters exploded, 15% burns to hands, face.
In a world of uncertainty, we see a life-changing event.
I'm ANAP, I need her to get out of here, please.
When patients come in, something takes over.
I'll be fine. I'm going to be very fine.
A place where life,
Give me an A, give me an E.
love,
Okay, good lad, well done.
and loss
Enlighten.
unfold every single day.
Did you enjoy the Queen's birthday yesterday?
I watched the football.
All the patients you're about to see were treated in just one 24-hour period.
Don't worry.
We get to see people who love one another in loads of different ways.
Yes.
And I think you can give someone the best care in the world, but really what they want is to hold the hand of the person that they love and for them to tell them that they're going to be okay.
You're my hero.
Hello, A&E reception.
I was settling in for the night. I wanted to catch up on Love Island tonight.
We are very different people.
I was like, oh.
My friend's pregnant. She phoned me to tell me that. I was furious.
Why?
But you know what they do when they have the babies, don't they? They drop the mates.
Oh, right.
No, once they have the babies, that's it.
Harry. Hello. I'm all right, mate. How are you? Cool, cool.
Dr. Manny has been a consultant at St George's for the last 2 years.
Every emergency department has its own kind of way of working, but everyone works in a team, especially at George's. It is a department where everyone gets on, everyone chips in.
This one, we're going to take some blood, OK?
Are you doing it?
Well,
All right.
I don't mind.
If you want to.
You are the consultant. You are allowed to.
That doesn't
delegate.
matter. I'm happy to do it.
That's why I'm doing it for you, willingly. If you expected me to do it, I'd probably leave it a bit longer.
You know, patients are coming into a new environment, they're frightened. It might be a very, very difficult situation for them.
Thank you. I'll get you 20 mil.
No, so I've got everything. We'll have a look. Cheers, Luke.
Thank you.
I think you really do have to get on with everyone. And these are people you're working with day in, day out in a really high-stress environment. If you're not getting on with your
I don't
team,
feel like I should
then
argue
that
with-
affects patients.
I'm going to go now. Do you want to do this? What do you want to do? Don't. I'll cry.
When you're working, you have a family, you have a lot less time for yourselves, a lot less time for socialising. Lucky you have a few friends at St George's who do listen really well and do offer advice really well. And I'd like to think I can do the same for them.
St George's.
Skull fracture, C1 fracture, T4 fracture, rib fractures, sternal fracture, facial fractures, left radius and scaphoid fracture. How many minutes was that? 10? Yeah. Adult trauma call to resus, please.
This is the one with the C1, T5, multiple ribs. He's fallen down some steps and broken every bone in his body.
A 60-year-old builder is in a critical condition after falling 2 feet from a ladder.
There is a potential for some really horrific injuries from falling. You worry about head injuries a lot, because if you've got a bleeding on the brain, then that's one of the more serious things that can happen to you, which can lead to people dying very quickly. It doesn't always correlate to how high they've fallen. Some people, having not fallen very far, will break a lot of bones and have a lot of injuries.
The man was taken to a local hospital, but his injuries are so severe he's been transferred to the major trauma unit at St George's.
If the patient's being transferred from another emergency department and they're saying, listen, we cannot manage this patient here, we need to step it up and we need to move him over to you. So then immediately you do worry a bit more because you know that they are quite unwell.
Travelling with the patient in the ambulance is his business partner, Paul.
I was finishing off another job for another builder, and I was clearing stuff away. Got back home, looked at the phone, and there was like 10 missed calls. Phil. And you look at your phone and you think, oh, it's gone off in his pocket. But then there was a couple of numbers I didn't recognise.
On your camera.
We'll go across on 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent, thank you very much.
And then turns out to be the doctor at the hospital, and you know, your mate's had an accident, we've got him in here, he's fallen. And I'm thinking, well, he can't have fallen far, he was working on a bungalow.
Everyone listening? This is a pretty 60-year-old gentleman. This afternoon was at work on a ladder, estimated 2 feet high, plus his height as well, they're rearing around 9 foot. Landing's hit his head. He's got a laceration on the back of his head. Query in LOC, C2 fracture, some thoracic fractures, left wrist, facial fractures. So he collared and immobilised him.
Excellent.
That's everything with us.
Thank you very much. So let's get the scoop out and then do a primary and then do a completion CT. Darry, if you're happy, just get a set of bloods done.
Okay.
And can you make sure there's a troponin because he's got a sternal fracture.
All right.
Next to you.
You get worried when you see patients who've come in with obvious signs of internal injury because you immediately know these are the injuries that are hard to treat.
Doctors must work out the full extent of Phil's multiple injuries as quickly as possible.
Is it painful, your arm?
The rest is painful.
But it just goes to show how easy it is for an experienced builder to slip up. It takes a second to make a mistake, and your life's changed forever then.
Sorry, sir. All right.
60-year-old bricklayer Phil arrived at St George's after falling backwards off a ladder at work.
Just going to go in and out the scanner a few times. I'll give you an injection. It might make you feel a bit warm and funny.
He needs an urgent CT scan so doctors can establish the severity of his multiple fractures, as well as any internal injuries.
When someone comes in with many obvious fractures, they have lots of distracting injuries. They have lots of parts of their body that are hurting. And there might be parts that are injured that they're not feeling a lot of pain from. They might have an injury which is compromising either their spine or compromising some of the nerve supply to a particular part of the body, and they might not actually be able to feel something.
Right, so what we're going to do is just get you to bring both arms up above your head. Just do it nice and slowly.
Phil's wife Kim has difficulty walking and is waiting at home, but his friend and business partner Paul is at St George's.
I've known him for a long time. 28 years. When I first met him, I was on a building site in Hammersmith. Phil and the other boys were working in Kilburn. They used to pop in after work to have a cup of tea on the way back. I just met him a couple of times, and he had a woolly hat on because it was the winter. You know, he had a bobble hat. And the next time he came in, he didn't have the hat on. And I didn't recognise him, you know. Who are you? He went, it's me, Phil. I went, sorry, I didn't recognise you with the bald head. One day I got offered a big job, needed another bricklayer, phoned him up, did you fancy it? And then we just kept on going. Just 2 bricklayers really, One left-handed, one right-handed. One of you's working the opposite way, so you can work towards each other instead of one working backhanded, you know? You've got a trowel in one hand and bricks in the other, you know, you never get an awkward bit.
Breathe in and hold your breath.
Over the years, we've always had more laughs than arguments. Sometimes uncontrollable laughing as well, you know, where you've had to like proper sit down or stop driving.
Breathe normally.
We was coming home from a job one day and he said something and we had to pull over, literally pull over and physically laugh for 10-15 minutes until he calmed down enough to be able to drive off.
Okay, so the injection's going to go in now.
Yeah, there's not many people that I've met in my whole career as a builder that I would say, yeah, I would call him a friend. Without him, you know, life would be different. There'd be a little bit of empty, I think, you know?
Breathe normally.
Doctors will now need to wait for the full report of Phil's CT scan before they can decide on the next stage of his treatment.
They were reduced from £1.39 to 35p.
That's good. Bargain.
18-year-old Shaana has come to A&E with her mum Donna and best friend Bryony after injuring her ankle during a dance rehearsal.
Right, Shaana, let's practice your accents. Right.
Go on.
Scottish.
I'm Shaana from Scotland and I eat haggis.
Not everybody in Scotland eats haggis.
All right,
I'm sick.
Do an Australian accent.
Hi there, I'm Shaana and I'm from Australia. I like kangaroos and kookaburras and barbecues. We'd have a shrimp on the barbie, Donna.
I first met Bryony in nursery. The teacher used to have like this like board where you have like your names on like little stickers, and like I dropped mine. We both went down to pick it up and like bumped heads, and then Bryony was kind of like, "Oh hi," this is like the first day of nursery. But yes, we basically became friends from bumping heads. And then like always sitting next to each other, like always doing things together, talking, giggling, laughing, annoying the teachers.
Do a posh accent, Shaana.
Hello there. I come from South Wimbledon and I go to the tennis and eat scones and... What is it? Tea and scones. I'm posh anyway.
I'll have a laugh.
We have the same favourite film, like even till now. Like we're both in love with Greece. We'd learn the songs, go back to our mums, have a little show, and it was like X Factor or whatever you want to call it.
Shaana would be like, I'm Sandy because I'm the girl and you could be Danny.
I know.
Well, you should have cheered up a bit.
Like what's the saying? When life knocks you down. Something.
When we was younger, I was really shy. Shaana was this confident girl. But Shaana brings the good out of me.
Should we have a selfie while we're sitting here?
Oh, come on then. Get us a selfie.
Let's get a selfie.
Selfie. Peg.
You ain't got that stuff that makes your lips go all like that, have you? Go on then.
Oh, can I have it?
Like me. That's it, now go like that.
All three of us look like Mick Jagger. We're like... Get no satisfaction. We got... We're all gonna look like Mick Jagger. Oh dear.
Hello, St George's. Medical trauma. Yeah.
A 93-year-old woman is being rushed to St George's with an open leg fracture after falling at home whilst getting ready to meet friends for lunch. Leading the trauma team is consultant Will.
An open fracture is where there is the underlying break to the bone, but there is tissue damage above that. So the end of the bone can poke out through the skin.
Thanks, bye. So we've got a 93-year-old lady post-fall with an open tib fib fracture.
We have immediate concerns, which is, has the blood supply or the nerve supply to the foot been compromised in any way? If the foot doesn't get blood, the foot will eventually die and have to be amputated.
The woman's son has been informed and is travelling from his home over 30 miles away in Surrey. Friends Sylvia and Bob were the first to arrive at the scene.
Bob and I were just clearing up after breakfast. The phone rang and she said, "Sylvia, can you help me?" She said, "I've fallen on the floor and I've hurt my leg." So we both went over.
Adult trauma team to casualty restart.
Oh, she's still got her colours in.
Yeah, I know, bless her.
She was laying with the head towards the front door, and I could see straight away that she got a problem. There was quite a lot of blood on the floor. It looked as though something was sticking in her leg. I'd never seen that sort of thing before. It looked like a dagger going into the shin. But in fact, of course, it was her shin bone poking out.
We'll just do the handover now, before we just leave everything.
Violet was feeling unwell this morning and went downstairs, felt faint, and then she's woken up kind of on the floor. We think she's hit a cabinet and she's got a open fracture of a rat's eye. We've had ongoing bleeding since transport. She's got 2 dressings on, usually independent by herself.
Good, so hands over, brace, pull.
Doctors must establish whether the break to the bone has disrupted the blood supply to Violet's foot.
It is a potentially limb-threatening injury, and so we will be working hard to ensure that we get blood supply back to the foot.
Do you live alone or with someone?
I don't.
Do you live alone?
I live alone. Sorry, I'm already wearing hearing aids, but they're at home.
Oh, okay. All right. Try to speak up then.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. Sorry.
We're going to put it in a back slab now, so they're nice and comfortable. All right?
So I won't go home today.
No, I'm afraid not.
Will she get over it? That's what you tend to think, you know, at her age.
Broken neck, broken back. Fuck it, no. Oh, you've had a right punch up, mate, I've got to tell you. Oh.
60-year-old Phil and his friend Paul are awaiting the results of Phil's CT scan.
As long as are you comfortable? Don't shake your head, you soppy fucker. You're supposed to keep your head still, that's why you're wearing a neck brace. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you. Well, that's what the ambulance man said. He said, "How come there's no sympathy?" I said, "Well, there's sympathy there." I said, "But you just don't show it, yeah." You know?
What's sympathy?
Hey, what's that? I said, "You've got to understand we're builders." No, you obviously do care, but you don't want to show people you care too much. It's a man thing, isn't it? Man thing, don't show your emotions and all that.
Hello there.
All right, mate.
I'm Joe, I'm one of the doctors.
Going to come and stitch your head up.
Hello, mate. So what we need to do is staple your head up, OK? Right. So what I'm going to do first is put a little bit of local anaesthetic in, OK?
Building site is hard. You know, you just jolly each other along, you know. If he's having a bad day, then, you know, keep him up. You know, if I'm having a bad day, do the same for me, you know.
Shout scratch.
Your building mate's still there, so they'd get to know loads of things that other people wouldn't.
You're right there, sir.
Yeah, I'm fine.
But when I first met him, I knew he used to disappear. had to have a bit of time on his own, you know. And the other guys used to, where's Phil? Phil told me that, you know, he said, I used to have to, you know, go and have a little 5 minutes, you know, because you got a little bit too much for me sometimes, so. Before I met him, they lost the son. A road traffic accident outside of friends. But small, 4. So he always carried that.
So we're suspecting that you may have a bone broken at the base of the thumb. We're just going to put a splint on for now. All right? Good on you.
It was hard for a long, long time. He and his first wife, they just fell apart, you know? And they split up. I'll tell you what, he's made a good job of that.
Oh, I can't see.
Can he wet his lips loose?
Don't loose.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, are they?
Don't be acting all the don't be acting a raspberry on me now. Yeah. Oh, you can have as many of these sucky lollipop things as you like, but you just can't drink it.
Thanks, mate.
What? For?
You're here, ain't you?
What's that? Soppy bastards.
Number 4 for the trolley to Teresa Say, please.
Oh, hi, it's Manny, A&E consultant. Hello. We have a man who has come in as a trauma transfer from St Helier. So he's a guy who fell off a ladder, landed on his back.
Specialist doctors are reviewing Phil's scans to establish whether his spinal fracture may have damaged the nerve supply to the rest of his body.
But he's got a T4 fracture.
When you hear about someone with an unstable high spinal injury, that's almost as bad as it can get.
But I would get your boss to have a look at it and decide what he wants to do.
All the nerves going to the rest of your body go up through your neck. And the higher up you go in the spine, then effectively everything below that will be affected. Of course, that's a significant impact on people never being able to walk again. That's the worst case scenario.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lolly, 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 lollipop. Ba-dum, bum, bum.
Shauna? Oh, Shauna. Yeah.
Incoming.
Hello. Dance student Shaana has come to St George's with her mum Donna and best friend Bryony.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Good. Right, so what's happening?
I don't know what's happened to it, but I was dancing and I was in my tap shoes and I was running and then I slipped, basically, went over the side.
So you twisted it in?
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Were you able to walk on it straight away, or?
No.
Well, you've been walking, but you've been limping on it. But
Yeah,
she has
like
put
right,
pressure,
yeah,
know.
right now, like today,
You put pressure on
it's
it.
been a bit better.
Can we take your sock off
Yeah,
and this
yeah,
brace off so we can have a look?
We thought, you know, get it checked out, because what with her wanting to be, you know, a
Dancer,
career.
just in case, yeah.
When I'm actually on stage, it literally is just pure happiness. I wanted to do it like as a career, like in my future. But I'd studied law and history at school, so I'd always kind of thought maybe I should study law at university.
If I push around here, does this hurt?
Yeah.
And Bryony was kind of like, forget about, what's going to make you the most money. Forget about what's going to happen when you're 40 years old. So, Shaana, you're 18 years old. What do you want to do now? And I was kind of like, dance. She was like, then you've got to do dance and we're going to let you do anything else because you just sat there and said to me, honestly, that's what you want to do. I think I needed that. And now I look back and it's like, I definitely made the right decision. I can't imagine myself not dancing.
Okay. I think you've partially torn a couple of your ligaments in your ankle.
Okay.
But because you're doing dancing, we just make sure you haven't taken a little bit of bone off there. So I'll send you down for an X-ray and we'll have a look at it and see what you've done.
Okay.
Okay, and you've only got one crutch.
Yeah, and it's a bit
Well,
big.
that's no good.
It was just, we just found it.
You need two.
Found it in my boyfriend's shed. It was just there.
Bryony's, like, with my mum, she's like my #1 fan.
Right, come with me.
Lovely.
You'll be an expert by the time you get to the end of the corridor.
She's really, like, kind of proud. Well, she comes across that way anyway. I hope she is.
So you're going to go all the way down the end of this corridor where that blue
right.
sign is.
Okay.
Turn left and you'll see X-ray on your right.
Left, okay, thank you.
Yep, tell them your name.
Having her always support me has, like, filled me with more confidence.
Shauna, hurry up. We haven't got all day.
What do you mean, hurry up? How quick am I supposed to be?
Just fold that in there a bit. That's like a t-shirt.
Yeah, the other way around. Yeah, you put your hands. Look, I'll show you. I did my daughter's yesterday.
We could have been there all day doing.
You put it there. Give me arm. Yes. I'll run. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Yeah, don't take it off again.
Okay.
Are you comfortable there? Do you want to sit up a little bit?
Just a minute, yeah. Thank you very much.
How's that?
Yeah, that's
Is that okay?
93-year-old Violet has an open leg fracture after falling at home. Doctors need to realign the bones in a temporary cast ahead of emergency surgery.
So what I want to do is give you some very strong painkillers that'll make you a bit sedated. We'll take very, very good care of you, okay? All right, darling.
I put my hair up in
I know.
I was going out for lunch.
It's beautiful.
We're very close, really. We've been friends for about 30 years. We have Scrabble evenings. Well, she's a keen player. She never misses. She'll come over in the frost and snow and things like that. We all gather and have our drinks afterwards, put the world to right. When she doesn't come, you know, there's a deathly hush.
Violet, you're normally mobile, and do you use anything to help you walk? A stick or a frame or anything?
I use
a walking stick.
I used to cycle up until 3 years ago.
Did you?
I've still got my bike, but I can't cycle.
You can't go at the moment. Okay.
So it's going to make you feel a little bit snoozy now. The drugs that I've given you make you feel a bit funny.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, she is popular. Well, she's a good type, you know.
That's all right, okay?
She organised outings for Marks and Spencer's retirees.
It's okay.
What they call tinsel and turkey. So she organises a party which will go to a hotel. So they have turkey and they sing carols and so on. And she organises that every year. But that's the sort of thing she does. I think she'd find it very difficult to come to terms with being sitting in a chair watching television all day.
So when she's a bit more awake, she can go around for her seated. Good, so she... Nice. Lovely.
She's a very tough lady. She'd gone through a lot, and she must have a tough heart.
Violet will need a CT scan to establish whether the bones are aligned and see if the fracture has damaged the blood supply to her foot.
I'm going to just give you some pain relief just to help you back and everything, all right?
Phil is in A&E after falling off a ladder at work. He's waiting to hear from specialists about the severity of the fracture to his spine.
You've got a broken neck, a broken arm, 2 broken ribs, a fractured skull and a broken sternum.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, and a big cut on the top of your Swede and all.
Oh, and broken eye socket and all.
Oh, and a fractured eye socket and all, yeah. I told you, he's going to get one of them body casts, something like that. You're going to wind up like that, and you walk out with the old braces under there like that. That's Kim. She wants. Are you still with Phil?
Yeah.
Yes. When he said he was getting married again, I think I said to him, "Are you sure?" But he said to me he'd never felt like that before.
I think I've been pretty good here.
I think you've been outstanding, mate, to be honest. No moaning, thank you very much. Yeah, he's not one for emotions, old Phil, really. But he actually was looking forward to getting married again. And he's got this silly Cheshire cat face. He just walked about like that for weeks, you know, this grin. He was happy, you know. What can you wish for anyone more than being happy, you know? Yeah, no, I think fishing's out for a couple of months, mate. Who am I going to phone up now? When I get lost going to Widder Park. And it all went through, and he said, I want you to be my best man. And I'm like, oh, are you sure? You know, that's what shocked me when he asked me to be the best man, you know? I'm like, well, it must mean something to him then.
I'll have a cup of tea up the back drip for me.
But it meant a lot to me that he thought that much of me to ask. Yeah, I can remember at the registry office in Richmond and seeing them two happy, smiling, you know. Yeah, she made him the person that he should be, I think.
Dr. Manny now has the full results of Phil's CT scan from the specialist reviewing his spine.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Go. So yeah, so nothing damaged inside, right. Okay, which is good. Your lungs underneath the broken bones are fine. Just your skeleton has taken the brunt of it. Right. With rest, it will heal. Right. Okay.
Sure.
Sit him up.
You sit him up.
Sweet. Oh, that's enough.
We'll do that for now. We'll come up again in a bit.
Phil will be admitted to a ward so doctors can continue to monitor his multiple fractures.
I've got you a present.
Oh.
It's got a straw.
No.
Oh, yeah, he found it. You got it, Bush? Fucking...
The straw come out.
The straw come out. The thing, I was standing over there and the straw's going... Get John to move it.
Don't make me laugh.
Right then, off we go.
Off we go.
I think it's very important to have some close friends around you that you can trust and rely on when things are going wrong. For me, my friends range from my wife and a few people I've grown up with to people I work with on a daily basis who I like seeing on a daily basis. There has always been a core group of friends that I will try and meet every couple of months. My wife jokes about the lads' nights, but it is generally, you know, two kind of middle-aged blokes meeting up for a movie and a burger like we used to do when we were 16. If I've ever needed them, I can give them a ring and say, listen, do you mind just having a chat? It's always nice to have someone you can do that with. If I didn't have that, my life would be a lot poorer for it.
So we're not quite sure exactly what happened. The thought is she probably fainted.
Doctors are concerned that 93-year-old Violet may have damaged the nerve supply to her right foot.
Did you enjoy the Queen's birthday yesterday?
I did watch the listen.
Did you watch? I haven't watched
I
any of
watched
that.
the football.
Did you enjoy the football?
No, I like rugby better.
Why rugby?
It's a gentleman's game.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. All right, Violet.
I've always been interested in athletics and sport. While I was still at school, I used to go dancing. I loved tap dancing.
Violet, how are you feeling?
I don't know.
You don't know. Are you okay?
When I became a teenager, I met my husband ballroom dancing. I think he came and asked me to dance.
What did you say?
Well, naturally, I got up and danced.
You're okay, Violet?
I loved it, every minute of it. He was wonderful, very, very good, especially the slow foxtrot. And he smoked a pipe, and he smoked Balkan Sobrani tobacco. I will remember that. And we became friends, and then we got together and used to go out. And that's how it went on.
She's 93, and she said up to 2 years ago she used to go cycling. She's on like near enough no tablets. Was on her way out for lunch, and that's why she's got her hair in curlers.
We were together for 2 or 3 years, and then we got married. I could rely on him all the time. We had some happy times.
Breathe in and hold your breath.
Doctors will need to wait for the full results of Violet's CT scan to find out whether her injuries are life-changing.
Breathe normally.
No, we've not been sitting here 2 hours.
We have been sitting here 2 hours, about an hour and a half, yeah.
Shaana is awaiting the results of an X-ray of her ankle.
Why are we waiting? My foot is aching. Do you reckon we're supposed
We've not reported to reception. We've actually not reported to the reception. That's why we're still here. There's a sign.
Go now and check.
We've actually not reported.
Go and check.
Oh,
Right, what way is it?
Urgent care, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
It was.
Is that Shaana? Oh, God, you've been gone for ages.
Hello.
Not so long. Craig's finished his shift and has asked me to review your X-ray, so come and have a little seat here. Good news, not broken.
Oh.
Yay! So, I mean, obviously it's sprained. I'll pop a referral in to our team here for them just to review you, because you're a dancer, you might need just specific strengthening exercises. We'll see how you're doing. Hopefully we'll get you back tap dancing soon.
I hope so.
Within school, I was the one that gave up a lot. I would come home sometimes in tears and be like, Shaana, I really want to leave sixth form. It's not for me, all this. And she'd be like, no, Bryony, you're sticking to it. You're doing it and you're going to come out with good qualifications and you're going to do what you want to do.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I stuck to it and I came out with good qualifications, and I'm happy that she was there to listen. But when I left sixth form, I wasn't a confident person in like interviews and stuff. And I remember she worked in like a little cafe, and she said to me, I'm going on holiday in July and they need someone to cover me. So every day that I was there was like building my confidence. And then when she come back, she was like, Bryony, I wanted you to do it because I wanted you to be confident. She taught me to believe in myself.
All right, guys.
Great.
Take care. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
When we was younger, it was kind of like, oh, my best friend Bryony. But now it's kind of like we've passed that stage, like we're family. She knows I love her, I know she loves me. We're just like sisters, really. It's raining, man. Oh, it's actually raining.
It's seriously raining.
I
As if my day wasn't bad enough.
You were at my house, weren't you?
I was.
Oh, I've left all the mess.
No, don't worry about that. We did move some of your furniture.
Doctors are awaiting the results of 93-year-old Violet's CT scan after she fell and fractured her leg.
Coming to see you to see if you want me to take your clothes out.
Yeah, would you mind? Whoever's so kind of it. Yeah, I think, would you mind? I had a very happy marriage because we'd done everything together. Except he had cancer and they didn't know he'd got it. So it was a shock because he was only about 64, so. He just wasn't well and my doctor sent him up for scans. And they rang and said he was very tired. Would we go up to the hospital? And because he was in a little room and unconscious. And then he died Christmas morning. Is it dry?
It's very dry now. It's all lovely and curly.
Oh.
And what was it like to suddenly be on your own after all that time?
I didn't like it one bit, being in the house on my own, but you just have to cope.
I think we're done.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. I probably wouldn't survive if I didn't have people like Sylvia, Bob, and a few others, you know, that are very kind. You just need friends, very, very much so.
Violet's son, Nigel, has arrived at St George's.
Violet, with your ring, do you want to keep that on or do you want to give it to your son? Just
do I have to take it off?
If possible, but if you don't want to, that's totally fine.
I don't think I can get it off.
That's fine, I'll put some tape on it, don't worry.
Nigel, was it yours as well? I spoke to you on the phone. That's all right. So look, your mum is amazing. I think everything else is okay from, you know, head to knee, and it's just this right leg, but very nasty break. She's in a plaster now and much more comfortable, but it's something that these guys need to fix, and they will use an operation to fix that. So they're going to do it probably in the next hour or so.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's okay. But you have to realize this is a very significant injury, okay? And at 93 and 2 old knees, etc., it's going to take you a while to get better, because the first thing you said to us when you came in was, am I going home this afternoon? And you won't be going home. It'll take a little bit of time before you get better. All right?
Thank you very much.
That's okay.
You've all been very kind.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you.
That's all right. You'll get better soon, okay?
Yeah.
You're in good hands.
If you wouldn't mind to say thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
To Sylvia Bob. I gave her some flowers.
Violet, we're going to bring you upstairs, okay?
Violet will be taken to an orthopaedic ward ahead of emergency surgery to rebuild her leg.
Thank you.
Bye, Violet. Nice to meet you.
I still try and go out on a Saturday. I try and get back a bit earlier when it's rugby, and that's on.
I think I've been lucky, really, to recover as quick as I did. You wouldn't expect to do that sort of damage falling 2'6". Probably be double checking everything now before I get on them. I do appreciate the people that I've got around me now a lot more. You appreciate how much they're there for you.
You can make 1,000 acquaintances, but how many of them are you going to call friend at the end of your time when you shuffle off? How many of them in your time can you say, he was my friend? Not many.
It's right in my brain.
A&E St George's, adult trauma by air. You're going to land in 7 minutes.
If they're coming in by air, then you know that it's going to be quite a serious trauma.
If you're scanning everything.
A 24-year-old who's had a cardiac arrest. When there's a cardiac arrest, you worry, but if it's in someone in their 20s, then you're especially worried.
We were just starting our life. I had resigned myself that he was dead.
Thank you.